Our top story tonight. Sterling Waters, a bottling and distribution company, finds itself in some hot water.
Apparently, some of the employees kept a burn log. This anonymously written document was leaked to the press, and now there's a flood of complaints.
The burn log listed insults about both employees and customers, and I quote,
Smells like hot dog water.
His gene pool could use a little chlorine.
It's the weeping in the parking lot for me.
So inbred, he's basically a sandwich. Or simply, mustache much? Can we say that?
The company's response, a podcast.
Hosted by two administrative assistants, Jen Phelps and Valentina Rivera.
Can Sterling Waters shine up their tarnished image? We'll see.
Hello and welcome to Sterling Secrets, coming to you live from the Sterling Water Company. My name is Valentina Rivera, and let me introduce you to my co-host, my compadre, my best friend in Colorado, and my cubicle mate, Jen Phelps.
Hi, guys! I feel like I just ran into a stadium and jumped through like a big piece of paper. Me and Valentina are so excited to be doing this podcast. Why are we doing this podcast? Well, you might have heard that our little water company it was in the news for like one tiny moment.
True. One tiny moment in the sun, and it burned us.
It's true. We did get kind of burned. What happened is that someone who works here at our own company wrote a list of really mean things about everyone in the company.
They made that shit in Excel, organized it. They put rumors in beautiful order.
Yeah, you could sort it by all different parameters. It was a really good log, and that's why we started calling it a burn log. It just has all these kind of mean but funny insults about all of us who work here.
And about all of our customers. So when it happened, our boss and the head of human resources, who I have issues with, but I'm not even going to talk about her because I'm sure we'll get into that later. They got the whole company together, and they were like, our company is a laughingstock. All of our customers are canceling their accounts right now. Right now, what can we do? Who has an idea for how to save Sterling Waters? And my girl, Jen, raised her hand.
I raised my hand and I slowly stood up and my heart was pounding and I was like, everyone, I think we should do a podcast so everyone will know that the people who work at Sterling are nice. And Kathy Wu and Mr. Bowman loved the idea.
They went nuts.
They approved it right on the spot. They were like, yes, do it. Make it happen, Phelps. And so I got to order like actual podcast equipment. Then I was like, oh my God, now I have to do this thing. So I turned to my best friend and my cubicle mate, Valentina Rivera, and here we are. You're listening to the podcast actually now.
Yep. We're going to interview the people who work here. We're going to talk to all of our customers. We're going to get into everyone's secrets and get to the bottom of everything. Because you know what? Secrets aren't healthy. Oh, and by the way, I love this podcast. That's another reason.
Yeah, I love it too. I mean, we just started and I am already loving it because I'm not working, right? Like, I am not collating anything at this second. Also, I really love just having headphones on and talking into a microphone. So I feel like an air traffic controller. They're like landing planes and they're like, careful United, 89-489. You better watch out. You're going to burn up. You're hitting the atmosphere too hot.
Me, I love the gossip. I like to know what's going on and who's zooming who. And I mean that like the Aretha Franklin song, Who's Zooming Who, Who. Not the teleconference version, but who's zooming who, Who.
I think she's talking about sex.
I am.
The last thing that I really like about this podcast, just say one more thing, is that it gives us a chance to talk to people we would normally not talk to. Like today, we're going to talk to Junior Fleming, the actual founder of Sterling Waters.
Listen up, people. This is a very old, viejito old man. We kind of see him wandering around the office sometimes waving, and he's friendly, pero friendly, okay? You hear me?
I know, he is friendly, yeah. That's why this whole thing just doesn't make sense. Like, we have to get to the bottom of who wrote this burn log.
I know who wrote this burn log, but I'm not gonna say anything. No. I'm stretching this out.
Well, I love the idea of this being a mystery podcast because mystery podcasts, by the way, are super popular. And basically, all I ever wanted in my whole life is to be popular.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What is this?
Oh, hi, James.
What's going on?
This is our podcast. We have permission.
Oh, I forgot you were talking about that.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast about just about the burn log and like how people feel about it and like trying to show that we're still nice people even though somebody said some mean things.
Right. I didn't actually ask for the whole story of everything.
Oh. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's really, you know what's really cool? Finally, literally everyone has a podcast.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Why, you have a podcast?
Oh, hey Valentina. No, I don't have a podcast. This is cool you're doing this though. Hey, I'm glad I saw you, Valentina. I wanted to ask, do you know where I can find the numbers for the Denver area Safeway sales? Because I can't.
I filed that because I make sure everything's done before I start my podcast.
No, I know you do. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I mean.
You know what? It's in the blue folder.
The blue folder?
Blue folder on your desk. It's like on top because I've collated all of the files for today. And I did red, blue, yellow. So it's right in the middle.
RBY. Yeah, I should have looked there. And
RBY.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love that.
Great. Okay.
Wait, James, before you go,
What?
I was wondering, I think Valentina would like to know also, do you think you want to come on the podcast maybe? You want to be a guest maybe?
I mean,
Oh, hurry up, James. You know you want to talk. That's why you came over.
is it like, will I talk with the both of you? Or?
Yeah, we'll just ask you questions. James, you know you want to talk, so don't even try it.
Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
Oh my God, that makes me so happy. I think this is going to really be a big success if we could get people like you and Louie, maybe you could talk to Louie, to come on and
Well, you could just have Louie and me ourselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You mean like I don't be on like when you're talking, is that what you're saying?
I'm glad you read between the lines, but
Okay.
yeah, I think I was pretty direct about that. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that sounds great.
I just think it would be cool. I think, because, it's like the two of us together. It's like the dream team. And I think it would be fun to hear our perspective of things. What is this about anyway? It's about here, right?
It's about Sterling, the Sterling Water Company that we all work in together. That we're all a team together. We're trying to show that people here are nice to each other and supportive.
Well, every time you say that, Jen, I'm always kind of like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm kind of like
don't.
that too.
We don't, sweetheart. We don't need to be nice and show how we don't need to be all that. We need some truth. Okay, there needs to be some truth.
Yes.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. Let's talk. Let's do it.
Yes.
I want to hear the truth. Okay.
Okay, well,
I'm
the
with
truth
Valentine
is,
on this.
I have to go to the bathroom. That's the truth.
Right now.
I have to pee right now. Right this second, I have to leave here.
This isn't like Liar Liar where the truth means you just say whatever's in your brain.
The truth is that hurt my feelings.
Sorry, I guess. If your feelings are hurt, I'm sorry.
The truth is that makes me feel better.
Okay. Valentina, thank you so much. I'm going to check out
get that
blue
blue
folder.
folder. And if you can't find it, let me know.
I will, but I'm sure it will be where you said that it was.
That's right.
Okay, I gotta pee. We'll be back after the break.
All right.
Hello, my friends. I am Emmy Laybourne, the creator of Workplace Comedy Podcast, and yes, I play Jen. I have to tell you, I'm so proud about this. Our podcast is supported by bookshop.org. And I'm proud because I'm an actor, I'm a writer, and I'm a novelist. I'm a young adult novelist. Bookshop.org is an online bookstore with a mission to financially support local indie bookstores. As an author who's toured the country, I love indie bookstores. As more and more people are buying their books online, especially nowadays, Bookshop.org wanted to create an easy, convenient way for all of us to get our books while still supporting indie bookstores at the same time. Please check it out at bookshop.org/shop/workplacecomedy. Welcome back. We have such an exciting guest for you today. His name is Junior Fleming, and he's the owner of our company. Mr. Fleming, sir, what an honor.
What a great introduction from a very lovely lady.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
I want to immediately retract that because I recognize that that's inappropriate.
Oh, I think it's okay. I mean, we're just here together, and you can say, if you want to say nice things to me, I'll take it.
Well, all right. Not everybody feels that way these days. And may I say, you look lovely today too, Valentina.
Thank you.
I didn't want to leave you out, but I didn't want to harass you at the same time. God knows I've taken enough workshops about that.
I'm glad you thought that one out.
All right.
So let me ask you, I want to hear from the beginning. How did this all come about? Because I'm happy to work here. I love it, okay? I can't get enough of this place.
Oh, it's great to hear. I mean, I love the place, too. I love it so much. As you know, I'm semi-retired now. Technically, I don't have any power in the company anymore, but I love it as much as you do. And, well, the way it started, interesting story, really. My grandfather was moving his way across the country, and he stopped in this area, and people were buying up land all over the place, anywhere they could get their hands on it. And there were some springs right around here. I'm sure you're familiar with Sterling Springs that the native Arapaho people didn't even want to hang on to it.
Yeah. Well, the name Sterling Springs, apparently, from what I understand, and of course you're the expert, but there were like 7 or 8 springs, and they all had different names. So there was Sterling Springs, there was Rusty Springs, there was Cloudy Springs,
That's
there
right.
was Foul-Smelling Springs.
Fecal Springs, actually,
Fecal Springs, that was where people used to poop.
That's absolutely true. There's an interesting story there, because the thing that became Sterling Springs, we later found out that the Arapaho Nation wanted nothing to do with those springs because the water was so nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, they emerged from between, which you can still see there today, 2 big round rocks, and the Sterling Springs comes right out of there. We later learned that the Arapaho name for those 2 rocks was the Devil's Buttocks.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that's because there was sulfur also in the water. So there was like clouds, like Yosemite. It would be silent for a while and then
Deadly. Yeah,
just a
absolutely.
big explosion.
You could hear it. It was a fart that went for miles. Still is today, but that's how the purification business started. And may I just say, your acumen with understanding the water business is very impressive.
Well, thanks. I mean, Valentina and I take it really seriously. We go to all, Sabrina Vetter, the head of the plant. She makes us all, there's like a mandatory training session every week. And so we stay up. We really know a lot about purification and history.
We can talk purification all day. And may I say, I mean, that much knowledge of water coming from such lovely ladies, it's just I know I'm not supposed to say it, but it's just wonderful. And you're wonderful. But let's get back to purification business before I get myself thrown out of the company again.
Now, I'm just remembering, and I'm just going to bring this up because, the name of our podcast is Sterling Secrets. We're the official podcast of this company. We are getting a little bit into kind of people's secrets here at the company and things that have been said about them. So one thing in the burn log that I know
I heard about this burn log. It sounds terrible. Yes, absolutely.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It did say about you that you could be maybe a little bit handsy.
I would like to clarify that. There were times in the past when I was a little bit handsy, but you have to understand, I'm 75 years old, and I'm actually old at heart, so you probably should think about more like 95. And back in the day, when I was a young man, if a woman made a man feel some twitches in his britches, he'd find a way to let her know. And I understand deeply that nowadays that sort of framing it that way itself is offensive. That no one makes me feel twitches anywhere. I am responsible for those feelings, not the person I'm looking at.
I think that's really well said, but I also want to say that your hand is on my knee.
We were talking purification, and I always get chummy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. Once you start talking purification, you're my chum, and I'll take my hand right off right away soon.
Could you take it off now?
Absolutely taking it off right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Finger by finger. Yeah.
Well, don't want to rush into anything.
Mr. Fleming, let me say.
Please, call me Junior.
Junior, thank you for actually acknowledging that you're kind of a little handsy, and your age plays into it, and you're being upfront because that's really big for somebody your age to admit that.
I own it. 100% I own
Absolutely.
it. I have made mistakes in the past. The most recent one, as you just saw, was about 90 seconds ago.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, sometimes Sterling Water Company can be a little madmen in Colorado.
You're right, and I am working to change that culture because it's a bit of a sausage party here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I give your age credit for even being able to put the words together to admit that because it's ingrained. That's just
Oh yeah.
That's hard for your age. For sure.
The urge to oppress and sexualize women is ingrained so deeply in me that I spend the better portion of my day on my daily visits to these offices trying to fight that. It's almost exclusively.
I see that just physically right now, you've got both your hands in your pockets, and you've crossed your legs very tightly, and you're holding your elbows just close to your body, just like you're just trying so hard not to assault me, and I think that's really sweet.
Oh, thank you so much. If you see me biting my lip and staring and sweating a little bit, that's when you got to call the authorities.
Good to know.
I love that. I love that you're struggling. And you're in there, you're with it. And let me tell you, talking it out, that's the beginning. That's the beginning of change. That's what I'm talking about. This is called Sterling Secrets. Let's bring it out. Let's have therapy. You struggling, Junior? You struggling with this? Yes.
Yeah.
Say it. I love it. And you know what?
I'm putting it out there. There's no sense in trying to conceal it anymore. It's all a matter of court records anyway. So why not?
I just want to try an experiment, okay? Now, I know this is a little bit out there, but what happens if I unbutton my blouse just one button?
Jen.
Well, yeah, that's...
Is that too much? Like a little shimmy, choco pop, chimmy, pow, pow.
I'm going to use I words here as I've been taught to. I understand that it is your right to do the unbuttoning and the shimmy as much as you want, and it's not for me to comment on it.
I feel like I'm powered. I feel like an empowered woman right now. I'm just shaking it. I'm just shaking it, and you know what? I can do what I want because it's my body. Ha ha.
That's right.
Jen.
Your body.
Okay, Jen. You got to give him a break. I mean,
I'm tired of giving him a break. I just want to be in my bra. I want to be in my bra, and I want him to have to control himself.
Oh, sweet Jesus Lord.
Okay, all right. But here's the thing, Jen. I'm proud of you because you would never just openly do that.
Oh, I strongly feel that we should move to talking about purification at this point.
Well, we don't really need to talk about purification that much. I mean, it's a podcast. Like, I don't think people really want to hear about purification. You know what I mean?
All right. Wow.
I think it's more just about, like Valentina says, like she always says, Sterling Secrets. This podcast started as a way to try to deal with this kind of PR catastrophe. But what we're finding is that people need to share and talk and learn and grow.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about.
Let's bring it. Hey, one more question. Was your father racist?
Oh, my Lord, yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, my God. It doesn't matter what you were. If you weren't a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, he just hated you. Hated you.
Your hand's on my knee again.
Well, I'm sorry. I was just reminiscing about my dad. For some reason, that makes me touch people on the knee.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But in his later years, he came to recant some of that racism. He eventually expanded his circle of friends to include Norwegians and Canadians and some of the Icelandic. And that's about it. But, he came along. He moved as best he could.
Well, I hope that he would be proud of you today as he sees you sitting here trying to become a better person, trying to become a decent guy who doesn't put his hands on people who don't want it, and trying to conceal his erections when they kind of strip in front of him. I think he'd be really proud of you.
If I succeeded in concealing that bad boy, I'm proud of myself as well.
Well, this has been Sterling Secrets. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jen Phelps.
I'm Valentina Rivera.
And this was our guest. Say your name now.
Just call me Junior.
Junior. Bye.
Thanks, Junior. Bye.
Do you want to hear about who made this show? Me too. As you know, I'm Emmy Laybourne. I'm the creator of Workplace Comedy Podcast, and I also play Jen. Valentina is played by the brilliant Tracy Vilar. And this week we were joined by Adam Felber playing Junior Fleming and Paul F. Tompkins as James Kerrigan. We've got a bunch of really great episodes coming for you, so please subscribe. It will help us out a ton. And you won't miss out on things like this moment from our next episode.
So you're trying to schedule the perfect night for me. You're putting both of my interests in one night, dinner and documentaries, huh? I know exactly what this is, Valentina, with all these compliments and all these very nice things that you're saying to me and all these very supportive things. I know what you're doing. You don't think I can commit. You think I'm a commitment phobe. You think I'm afraid of commitment. You think I have mother issues. You know what? I'll marry you right now. I'll marry you right now.
Okay. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it.
Okay.
Workplace Comedy Podcast is a production of Pop Top Media. Our executive producer is the fearless Lauren Dunitz. My dad, Kit Laybourne, is also a producer, and he's the best. The show is edited by Morgan Glasper and Justin Manduca. Morgan Glasper is also our sound designer. Holly Jacobson is our one-woman marketing division. Workplace Comedy Podcast is improvised based on writing, done by me and Lauren Dunitz. Our writer's assistant is Dylan Manning. That's it, my friend. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the show, please tell a friend. You'd be amazed what a little word of mouth can do for a baby show like ours.
Move with the rhythm, shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. You've been working, but you're flirting with the weekend. You can freak out. 1 in a million. You're a gem, shine when the light grows dim. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.